This tale is, as all bard songs are, an adaptation. It may contain adult themes and strong language. Welcome, dear listeners, to Abyss.
Welcome to episode 11 of Abyss. Who are you? What are you? And in honour of National Mother Goose Day, what is your favourite nursery rhyme or fairy story? Starting with Shiraz.
Hi, I'm Shiraz, and I play the Dragonborn rogue Ishidoro, a specialist in eating things and being demonology. I am completely caught off guard by this question because I was expecting Labor Day, but alright. I can't really remember any nursery rhymes. Baba Black Sheep probably, from memory, just being one of the first ones I ever learned, I think. Because I have memories of that are coming through slowly. Maybe it's something I've repressed.
So the image of Baba Black Sheep being like completely repressed in your brain.
Somehow. I think it's mostly because it's stayed, like, it's one of those things that's universal. Almost everybody in the world knows it, even before the internet was a thing. It's just been around.
Wednesday?
Hi, I'm Wednesday. I play Layla, and my favourite nursery rhyme is Boys and Girls Come Out to Play, because it's about the Fae.
Okay. Next we have Dragon.
Hello, I am playing Nitra, a sorceress drow who doesn't really know how to use the magic yet. I am really thrown off by nursery rhymes, fairy stories. I don't know. Mary, quite contrary.
Why is that?
Because it is actually completely historical. It's accurate. It's grim, but it's accurate. But then I think most of them are pretty damn grim.
Oh yeah.
Although it does have like torture and burning at the stake and stuff.
Well, doesn't all good nursery rhymes have burning at the stake?
Well, that or starvation or plague or
Yeah.
trying to murder your children.
It's all about making light of the best things in life.
But they sound so pleasant.
Yes.
I know.
At the time, those were the best things in life, okay?
And finally this week, Susie Q.
Hi, I'm Susie. I play 13, who's a goblin minion. And my favourite, it's not a nursery rhyme, it's a fairy tale. But when I was very wee, I went to Japan and I got a book of fairy tales. And one of my favourite ones was about this little tea kettle, Kitsune, who was also a fox. And he grants an old man wishes and dances on a tightrope and then gets a nice happy life, just being on a shelf and dusted occasionally. It's very sweet and twee, and I've always been very fond of it.
That's fine.
That's amazing.
That's lovely.
Yeah, he's a cute wee, it's something like the magic tea kettle.
Not to be confused with the singing kettle.
No, not to be confused with the singing kettle. It's
Nobody
an
wants to
entirely
remember
different
this.
thing.
Nobody wants to remember the singing kettle.
I have a mug. It's a singing kettle mug that we still use. So
Oh God.
There is absolutely no way whatsoever to get the song of the singing kettle out of your head. It will always come back to you.
You just said it and it's in my head now.
Yep.
Torturing me. I'm taking psychic damage.
We're really glad that I know nothing about singing kettles.
That's probably to the good.
That's for the best. We will inform you of this after the recording.
Yeah, you must suffer with us, but not right now.
But why?
Because suffering is learning.
Okay.
We must share our pain. Think of it like it follows. If we share the song of the singing kettle to you, it won't affect us anymore.
But it will follow you.
Oh god.
Is this like one of those Japanese horror movies?
Yes.
Oh, they're similar.
There's no Tauno this week because he's away doing something else. And sadly at this point we have to say that Freya has unfortunately had to bow out of being a part of Abyss because of her schoolwork commitments. So just thank you, Freya, for being a part of the first 10 episodes, and maybe we'll see you at the end, depending if you want to come back to the ending or not, but otherwise that might be all we get of Freya. So just thought I'd
Thanks,
say that.
Freya.
What happened last week?
So last week was a bit weird.
You don't
Isn't
say.
every week a bit weird?
Yeah, well, yeah. But so this time we took the route up towards the giant mushroom, and we see that the Myconids are casting healing magic. See Basidia, and they're really freaked out that Still seems to be happy. Like, how can Still be happy when some of his family just died? Don't know, but he seems to be adapting to living with us quite well. We fill them in on what happened at Netherlight Grotto, which they find very troubling. We ask about what's going on here. There's like a black slime ooze thing attacking the giant mushroom, and the mushroom's firing off lots of spores to try and fight it off. The spores make it melt, so it's kind of like melting into liquid rather than like the big jelly, but that liquid is toxic. However, the Myconids have a powerful alkali which could help melt the ooze, and we consider using fire, and then we realise that we might end up accidentally burning the giant mushroom. So Teresa and Ishi climb up to investigate, and Ishidoro calls to it as a demon of gluttony, upon which it tries to deafen us. It then keeps screaming, and the Myconids can translate that it's insulting Glabagul, as it then like collapses and melts down into nothing. Ishidoro and 13 do science and realise that the alkali would neutralise the liquid left behind.
Science!
And could be used to like clean the mushroom and the ground and then destroy the demon. So after they do that, with some misadventures in turning over giant cauldrons, huge amount of steam, and then we can see that there's an orange gem. Layla scoops it up with her shovel and says that the runes say something about food, and then we all end up really, really hungry. Ishidoro somehow manages to get the Myconids to weave us a basket to carry the gem and some of the alkali liquid in.
I'm sorry, bucket.
It's so a basket, but okay.
There's a hole in his bucket because it's a basket.
Yes.
It has holes in it. It's not really a bucket at all.
Oh, the demon was saying that it was calling Glabagul its family, its kin, and then we kind of realised between that and still talking to Eric that this black ooze thing was Eric's father, or parent, and then I try and argue with the gem and it doesn't go well.
We establish a rule. No talking to the bucket.
Because people generally do that. I talk to buckets all the time.
And we're heading towards Grontogrim.
No.
No? No, we're not.
Slipty dip.
No.
Oh,
Because you decided you weren't going to Gontogrim, you were going to go to Slipty dip.
Yeah, urgency.
yes.
Trying to find a religious altar in which we can destroy this thing.
To smash the thingy.
So, you begin on your way on the cart. All of you still feeling that sort of sense of hunger, with the gem occasionally pulsing, and every time it pulses you sort of each feel this wave of like slight hunger, but it's getting more and more sort of stacking as it's going on.
Is there anything to eat?
There's food in the cart, yeah, so I mean Gazrimer's already hosing into it, so...
Yeah, 13's gonna start eating.
I'm gonna just chew on something just to like keep my mouth going and just kind of fight off whatever this feels like.
I think Layla's going to eat as well, but like girls eat ice cream like that.
So after about half a day's journey, you arrive at the sort of still smouldering ruins of Sloobludop. Everything you can see, every building, everywhere where there was like housing and everything has been smashed and pretty much leveled. There's not a single roof left on any building. And as you drop in the cart, you realise that the cart is not going to be able to traverse this sort of mountain of rubble that is now Sloobludop. What do you do?
The lake's nearby, right?
It's on the lake, yeah?
Yeah. Can I like just cast an eye out onto the lake and see if there's any ripples, any bubbles, any kind of like movement? Been here in the past.
When you sort of look at the lake, occasionally everything sort of shudders, as in something very big is moving, but it seems far enough away at the moment that it's not.
Right. I whisper to the rest of them who weren't like, basically I tell Gazrim not to like kind of make any loud noise because this place is watched over by something very large and very dangerous and something we can't take down. So I'm telling him to be quiet and careful. Everyone else knows what it is.
Yes, we do not want to meet that. Is there any point in doing a demonology check?
Might as well.
It might just be drowned out by the thing in the water.
I'm curious about our KOTOR friend if he survived. Little chance, but still. Might as well.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to do a demonology check. And please.
I rolled very badly.
The whole place stinks of demon.
Okay, like permeating everywhere?
Yeah, it just
Okay.
It smells of death and demon.
Is the bucket reacting?
The bucket is just continuing to sort of pulse every so often and just make you feel hungry. It's not really doing much else.
Okay. I turn to the group and I'm like, okay, whatever this thing is, it's affecting us, and I'm wondering if it'll affect our friend in the lake. Or at least, even if all of these things are related, then draw it to us. So
make it want to eat us.
yes, and
That's
ideally,
not a good idea.
yeah, so maybe we should like hide the bucket and the cart probably, because it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to come back here.
I'm going to ask Azrun if he had any knowledge of where the holy place in Sloobludop was.
Gazrim sort of scratches his head and says, "Not really, no. I kind of thought it'd be quite obvious, but you see here," and he points to... You remember when you left there was like a sort of procession along the lakeside?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There were several altars sort of there. All of them seem to be cracked and shattered. And he goes, "You see them? They're all broken."
Could you re-bless them?
Well, I could re-bless them, but they're a bit like powder. Don't think they're strong enough to last a blow.
Then I think we shouldn't stay here and we should move on to Gonton.
Alright, well, the way out is through. Are we gonna clear this cart and, like, make our way through, or are we gonna take everything and go on foot?
The rubble that's like blocking the way, is it like a solid kind of wall?
There's, like,
Or-
several broken buildings lying in the way of the road.
Okay, but like could 13 feasibly hop in and like wiggle through them because she's little?
Oh yeah, you can climb over them easy enough. They would just distract the cart, you could climb over them easily.
And like, would it take a lot of effort from us to like start to clean this place up? Like a pass?
You could clear it. It would take you a long time to clear it, but you could clear it.
Yeah, but like feasibly speaking, like we'd have to spend like a day or two here just to clear this stuff out.
Just to clear the wall, the path in front of you to get to where the altars were, it'll probably take you about a day.
I think we should leave the cart here and continue on foot.
A day is too long to wait.
Yeah. I asked Gazrim like if the way to Gondelgrim is like if it's through here and how long it'll take us on foot.
We're going to Gravenhollow?
Sorry, Gravenhollow.
Going through here, we'd have to go through Sloobludop, and then the road's over there. And he points like straight ahead of you. You notice a sort of stream leading between the camp that you escaped from at the start and this settlement.
And Gravenhollow is how far by foot would you reckon?
Oh, by foot it's probably about 2-3 days walk.
Well, no point in waiting. I think we should sneak past here as soon as possible. I don't want to rouse anything in the lake.
What about the creature that pulls the car?
Distraction, maybe?
You want to use it as bait?
I want to use it as a distraction, yes. I mean, it serves us no purpose carrying it along. I don't think it can traverse this path. Can it? No. It doesn't look like it.
Would the creature be able to traverse the rubble?
It possibly could traverse, like, if you got a couple of, like, slings, you could probably put things over the top of it and it could carry a few things. It wouldn't be able to carry everything on the cart, but it'd be able to carry a few things. It'd be like a sort of donkey.
It could carry more for us. It might be worth it.
Okay. Gazrum knows the creature best, so I think he should hold the reins.
Oh, bloody hell.
Are you complaining, Gazrum, about this holy mission?
Gazrum just looks at the very angry looking creature that's been dragging your cart and he's just like, well, I wasn't the best with him before, but I'll give it a go.
Well, what's worse that could happen?
Wait, could I ask Stool to try to be reassuring to the creature?
I'm sure you could.
So I'm going to ask Stool if he can... I know the creature's not sentient in the same way, but could you provide some sort of reassurance?
Stool tries to talk to the creature. The creature seems to look around panicked as in not sure where the voice is coming from.
Oh bless, no. Thank you.
I know exactly how that feels.
While they're all doing this, is it possible for like 13 to go into the rubble and just start scratching around for stuff?
Yep.
She's going to go in and start scratching around
while
for
they're
stuff
all
in the rubble.
looking at the cart and what to do with it, you scamper over the sort of rubble that's there and you find yourself standing on this quite large flat kind of plateau in a way. You sort of see a lot of scattered drums lying everywhere around and you realise this is where you saw that sort of procession that seemed to raise the creature from the sort of deep. And as you look around, you see a couple of broken bodies lying face down, and as you go in to examine them, you notice that their heads have been, like, cricked, like, round 180 degrees.
Are their eyes open?
Their eyes are open and they've got a look of shock and horror on their face.
What have they got in their pockets?
You check their basic pockets, they don't have much. A couple of them have some, you know, sticks and mud, and one of them has a small pocket knife, but that's about all you find of use.
13's going to take the pocket knife. So, thinking back, because 13, back when this was happening, I remember her sitting on the boat, watching all this procession and stuff with glee, because, you know, it's her kind of bag. So, she's realised over the last couple of things that each of these demon events, there's been a stone at the centre of it. So, from what she remembers of the procession and how everything went down, if she's orientated herself at the sort of altar bit, does she remember anything that might have been raised up or carried about that might have been that stone thing?
You have a look around. You don't really seem to find much that would fit that criteria, but you do notice like, all the bodies seem to... it was like everyone was trying to run away, and they seem to have been caught by something large and powerful. And as I said, their heads have all been like snapped at that 180 degree angle.
Are they all like orientated the same way as if
Yes.
they've all... Is there like... Can she sort of figure out what they were running from? Like if she looks the direction that they'd all obviously ran from, what does she sort of...
It seems to be whatever the creature was that came out of the middle of the lake, because it seems to be running from the lake towards the town itself.
Okay, if she turns around and then looks sort of along the line of destruction, can she see a clear direction of where creature would...
Yep. It seems that the creature seemed to follow a path towards the centre of the city.
And how far away is that?
It's about another 5-10 minutes walk, it's not far.
So, this creature got out of the lake, or was it from the edge of the lake it was smashing?
You saw it rise from the lake.
Oh, okay.
And then we left as it was smashing the town up, so 13's going to turn around and be like, I'm going to go look for the stony thing! Because she just assumes everybody has been privy to her thought processes, and sort of goes trundling off through the rubble heading towards the centre of the town.
I give chase,
Okay.
but quietly.
What is...
Like maybe 10 feet after.
What is Tris and Layla doing?
I am standing there in shock and confusion. Just kind of, well, we do need to go that way, so we should probably make a start.
Okay, Gazrim tells you to go on ahead. He'll finish unhooking the beast.
If you're sure.
But he points to the basket and says, "You might want to take that with you. I don't want to touch it."
Fine, I will take it. And I'm going to find a way to strap it to my back.
Mm-hmm.
It's full of liquid.
It is, but the options are that, or it's right next to stool.
Carry like a shopping basket.
Yes.
I'm going to constantly be whisper screaming at 13. 13, slow down.
She sort of turns around and looks at him. I'm going to collect the whole set.
Yeah, slow down. Remember the big monster?
I'm very small. Big monsters won't spot me.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, I follow her as backup. Can I roll demonology to check if this is getting stronger or weaker?
Yep. The closer you get to the middle of the city, the stronger the demon sense is.
I'm just gonna grab onto her cloak and slow her down purposefully, and I'm saying let's just be careful. It's getting stronger.
Careful.
Yeah,
What's
but it's
getting stronger?
The feeling of the bad feeling.
Oh.
So best not to run into. Let's sneak around the side.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and keep the rubble between us and whatever the center of town this is kind of going for.
Okay. So as 13 sort of treks happily through this rubble, you pass several bodies. Again, everybody you pass has had its head turned that 180 degrees. And you pass a couple of bodies that have been trampled into the earth. So they're basically in now a sort of makeshift shallow grave that's smouldering still as you pass it.
When you say smouldering, as in fire smoldering?
Yeah, as in it's either been on fire or there's embers or something in it.
Okay. Is there wood around?
There's wood around. There's a little. Well, I say there's wood around. There's what looks like the mushroom equivalent of wood. This sort of fleshy-ish kind of stuff. Most of it's made of bluish rock, very palish blue rock.
Can I take one of the wood pieces and just toss it in the embers to see if it flares?
You toss it in the embers, nothing really seems to happen.
Okay, not flammable enough.
So 13 is going to be looking in the pockets of all the dead bodies she comes across. So I don't know if she'll find any clues, step-by-step instructions on how to join the cult.
You start finding collections of quite sparkly shells.
Ooh! Look at all the shells!
The more bodies you find, the more you find pockets full of shiny shells. They look like there must have been some sort of currency here.
Okay.
13's rich.
Could I do an Arcana check, please?
Yep.
I want to see if I can pick up anything that might give us more clues apart from the fact that everything is just drowned out by demon.
There's definitely a sense of overall magic, but it's very faint. It's not really. It's nothing that important. It's what magic is here has been sort of dispersed amongst the city rather than it being in one place.
Okay.
At this point, 13 passes a fountain that looks like it used to be a centerpiece, and in the middle of the fountain bobs a katoa. They seem to be wearing a quite fine-looking orangey yellow cloak.
Are they alive?
Nope, but their head is not twisted the 180 like everything else.
Oh, 13's going to go have a nosy then, and possibly take their cloak. She likes orange.
Okay, you take the cloak off and you look at it. As you hold it up to what light you do have, you notice it's full of stab wounds.
Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is the body full of stab wounds too?
Yep, at least 20.
Has he got anything in his pocket?
When you check his pockets, you find a small piece of slate and chalk, as in with some vague symboled notes on it, and a couple more of these shells.
Read.
What you got there?
Stuff!
Are you taking his cloak that's full of holes?
Yes.
Okay.
I imagine it's soggy though.
Yeah, it is soggy. So you wrap yourself in this. He's not that tall, so it's probably the right height for you, but it's very wet. It's kind of sort of sunburst yellow colour.
She puts it on proudly and looks at Ishidoro like, how do I look?
I thumbs up with one scaly thumb.
What are the symbols on this?
You look at the symbols and you're not really sure what they mean. You're not sure if parts of them have been washed away from like the slate being in the water for so long.
And the water in the fountain, is it like safe water?
Well, apart from the body floating in it, it seems to still be flowing.
How close am I to this now?
You've probably caught up by this point of 13 like fishing this cloak off the body in the fountain. As he removes the cloak, the blood like that seems to have covered the body seems to be slowly dispersing into the fountain.
I would not try and drink that water. Not if something has been decomposing in it for weeks.
13 has the kind of look on her face that says, don't tell me not to do something.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't do it. If you choose to give yourself dysentery, that is entirely your business.
I'm still trying to tell 13 to come over here so we can take a look at it. She can drink the water later.
13 trundles over. She's like, okay, God, you guys are no fun.
I know. That's like my job.
She presents Ishidoro with the slate. I found that!
Good job. Also, nice robes. And I kind of like hold it out to Tris and see if she can detect any magic on it. Is it linguistics to kind of try and figure out what language it is, or?
Linguistics is typically spoken language.
Okay.
Just read written text, but I can't remember what that's under.
Does it look anything
Literacy.
recognizable?
It's under literacy.
I'm rolling for Arcana.
Okay.
May I roll as well or not?
Yeah, sure.
I'm more like trying to first figure out if I recognize any of these symbols. So, do they look like any recognizable symbols? Like,
Layla likes the look of the swirly symbols, but that's about it. Tris
They are lovely.
Tris looks at them, they're not anything to do with Arcana. If anything, they seem to be a checklist that he seems to have been working through.
Ah.
Tris, you'd know like the languages down here better than us. Can you read that?
Roll literacy and see what you get.
13 can speak many languages.
Why don't you help 13? You give it a shot too.
13's gonna go look.
Drow do not know the language of Krotoa.
Makes sense.
Although I would have thought they'd speak Undercommon.
Natural 20. 13 tells you that it seems to be investigate Deep Father.
Who's the Deep Father?
No idea. Is that the only thing on the list? Okay.
It must be the demon.
I would think so as well. It makes sense.
I look at 13's kind of cloak and I see that's a lot of holes you have in it.
He had a lot of holes in him. 20. 13 counted.
Seems like his investigation didn't get quite far enough.
Investigate the fountain.
Did his head look like, and I kind of make the thing, I point at the other corpse, was it like all the way turned around?
You mean like twisted and broken and facing the wrong way? No.
Yes.
He was just stabbed.
So he was killed before Tramply person came along and destroyed everything.
Maybe.
Could I investigate the stab wound in the body?
Yep.
I want to see whether it looks like it's tentacly water demon or manufactured weapon.
Okay.
What would I roll for that?
Nature.
So straight d20 then?
The wounds all seem to be from different angles, different sizes, different things. It seems like he was stabbed by multiple people with different implements.
This...
All of them in the back, though.
Was this a sacrifice?
Remember when we were leaving this place for the first time, there was a ceremony going on,
Yes.
and they wouldn't like toss the sacrifice into the fountain because it was happening way over there at the dock.
So did they discover?
I think the cultists may have found out this person trying to investigate what Deep Father was, proceeded to ceremoniously stab him multiple times.
It looks that way.
I don't
This is
like the feeling of this place. I think we
No,
should
this-
find the road and move as soon as possible. Where's the Gazra?
At this point, you see Gazram come around the corner, like trying to drag a very ill-tempered cart creature with him. Come on, you bastard, a little bit further.
Oh, Gaston, never change. Can I go up and help, like, soothe the animal? I don't have any animal care type deal.
Yeah,
Go
sure.
straight deep.
Roll.
I'm just gonna try and make sure it's as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, the creature loves you. It seems to respond very well to you. It just hates Gazrum.
I'll take the reins from him then. I'll give it to me, Gaston.
Oh, fine then.
I
You
pet
take
it.
its grumpy face.
I pet it on the side and, like, you know.
That was so cute.
Oh my
You
god.
stubborn thing.
I pet it on the side and I kind of, like, move it along.
13
Imagine-
would like to continue in the direction of the sort of general destruction of Stompy Creature into town. She's going to
Okay.
keep following.
You follow the road and over the sort of uneven, again, to your left and to your right, all the buildings are, like, reduced to rubble. Eventually you come to what looks like it should have been the sort of town square with this one, what looks like a massive single ruin, which looks like it must have been a sort of grander, sort of like a mayor's house kind of thing, but it just lies in a pool of just broken stone and rubble. Although one wall still remains, and on this wall, hanging upside down, with its head again spun the 180, is the red-robed Kotoa.
Oh, the priest.
Wow.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Why would
13's
anyone
wanting to go
want
look in
touch
his
it?
pockets. Because
Could
there's
I-
pockets.
I want to investigate without touching it.
Okay.
Maybe just looking while 13 is moving things about.
13's going to look with her hands.
Okay. 13 roll to see what you find. You find a scrunched up piece of parchment.
What's on it?
It seems to be written in Kotoan. Which one of you read Kotoan? It was 13, so that's fine, 'cause 13 can read it. It says, Dearest daughter, I don't know what you are planning, but you have to be more respectful of our gods. The Sea Mother will not approve of this heresy.
See, mother.
Deep father.
So
This doesn't sound good.
is the Sea Mother their standard goddess, and the Deep Father is the one that destroyed them?
It had two heads, remember?
True.
Does 13 know anything about a Sea Mother reference or a Deep Father reference?
If you roll religion,
I would like to roll religion as well, please. No need.
non-natural 20. 13 sort of looks around, and occasionally, from seeing small remnants of statues and stuff that were left lying around, it seems the Sea Mother was the predominant sort of deity of this city. And it seems to depict a quite obviously female Kotoan generously putting blessings effectively upon the rest of the Kotoans.
And is there any indication that they would have worshipped her by throwing stuff into the water?
When you sort of look around, because you got a 20, when you look around and see everything, there's no sign it was anything more than just effectively passive praying.
So all that religion stuff we'd have to have done with the Deep Father. Eyebrow waggle. Okay, 13's going to have a look around for like any secret doors underneath the rubble.
Okay.
I'm going to follow 13 just in case she does something that gets us into trouble.
At this point, you feel the ground beneath your feet shake, and you notice off to the corner of your eye, you see this massive demon begin to walk like along the edge of where you are now. And as the ground
bloody
shakes
hell.
and shakes and shakes, it begins to crack under your feet, and then you find yourself falling. You'll all land with very hard thud onto the sort of layer below, which has got a slope down to where, so you can get back up. And in front of you, there's a door that seems to have been barred shut with what looks like a very makeshift barricade. As you land, you hear a very faint, "Hello? Hello? Hello?
Who is
Okay.
who is it? Who is there?
Hello?"
Name yourself.
You hear knocking from the other side of the door, a very weak knocking. And a, "Hello?"
Oh god.
The question
13's
I
going to go and
have,
knock back.
does
Can I
my
also
have
mount
a
survive
question?
the fall? Because I have a mount technically now. An animal
Yes, it survives
companion.
the fall.
Excellent.
I start to pull the rubble away from the door, whatever, lock it.
Okay.
I also have a question. Did that thing see us
No,
before we fell?
no.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
that is good. I would
Yeah,
like
that
to
is very good.
Yes. I would like to
Layla,
do another
come help
Arcana
me.
check.
Okay. I'm
While
going
they're
to help.
I'm going to do an Arcana check because we weren't expecting there to be a lower level here, and see if I can work out who is on the other side of that door.
There is a better level of Arcana here than there was above. It feels like there's a sort of slight sense of Arcana coming again from beneath your feet.
Okay, so perhaps the magic source was further down.
As you remove
Do
the
we need to
barricades, you hear a Blub-de-dub. Is that you?
Yes!
No.
Is that Gazra?
Gazrim's sort of standing at the back going,
No, the voice
Oh,
behind the
bloody
door.
hell.
Gazra, do you recognize this voice?
It's not someone I know.
But
Okay, I take out my short sword and I ready it. I'm hiding it behind my arm, but like, I'm going to try and open the door.
Okay. You pull open the door. Standing in front of you is a very old-looking Kotoa. He wears a sort of light blue robe. And he goes, "Oh, hello there. Have you seen my daughter?"
Not really. Can we come in?
Well, it's just a cupboard, really. I got shoved in here by some youths. High spirits and all. I just wish they'd left me some food.
do you know how long ago that was?
Oh, I've been sleeping a lot. I thought I heard screaming, but must have just been my nightmares. I look forward to my own bed again. It's been so uncomfortable sleeping in that cupboard.
My
I get
friend,
him
I
some
fear we have bad news for you.
What do you mean? Where is my... Why is there a huge hole in the floor?
Well, that's part of it. Was it you that wrote the note telling your daughter to avoid the Deep Father?
Oh yes, my daughter recently she's become obsessed with this nonsense about the Deep Father. I mean, Deep Father, what kind of name is that?
I look around and I go, do you want to know the unpleasant truth? Or shall we knock you out and take you away from here?
Well, I can't just leave. I've got honor to my people. I mean, where's Glugagog? I mean, he should be about somewhere. He's got a robe like yours. And he points to 13.
He's dead!
You are the only
What?
living Kratoa that we have seen.
What are you talking about? I can't be the old. There's a whole city of us.
There was
And
a whole
I just
trio.
kind of look around to the big hole and I'm like, no.
He looks notably
very sorry.
distraught.
I'm sorry.
Your daughter was deeply mistaken.
He sits
I'm
down
afraid.
on the floor and he looks like he's just beginning to try to come to terms with it all.
I'm very sorry.
I offer him
But
some
I-
food.
The creature that came from the lake is still moving around.
What
So we
creature?
cannot go outside
There's
yet.
no creature in the lake. We've lived here
There
peacefully
was.
for hundreds of years.
Until there was a ceremonial procession and someone summoned a demon.
What? No. That can't be. That can't happen.
I'm going
I'm
I'm going
dreaming.
to lean it.
I'm still dreaming. I will wake up and yes.
What were you saying, Layla?
I was going to ask, since we fell through the floor, if we look up out, can we not still see the thing in the distance or not?
You fell about maybe 2.5 meters down. You can run up the
Oh,
slope
okay.
that you fell through, and you can probably look around and see if you can still see the creature, but you can't see it from where you are.
Yeah. Oh, okay, no, because it was more since the old Kraton doesn't really believe us about this monster existing if he could actually see it. Maybe he even knows what it is?
It's probably worth trying.
I kind of like try to get Trace's attention, and I ask her if she can detect any, like, does he know some magic? Because it seems...
Sure, I can. I see Ishidoro's look and subtly do an Arcana check.
I try to calm him down by saying, look, it's what's happened has happened, but you've survived. We need to get you out of here. We need to get out of this place. You can't stay here.
Where is my daughter?
I'm afraid none survived. I'm sorry, but this is how it is.
Bury them. I can't leave them lying here.
I think they've already been buried in a sense. This town, well, actually, it's not really a town anymore. There's nothing left.
I give him some food. Like
he
some of
takes the food very sort of dejectedly from you, and then he slowly starts eating, and he's got a very far away look in his eye.
I'm still speaking to him. I'm kind of going, look, there's something really big wandering around up there. We're not safe. You should come with us.
At this point,
you're a holy man.
The floor begins to shake.
Oh, no.
Oh gosh.
Yep, at this point the floor begins to shake, and again, one part of the floor especially cracks and begins to fall away. You notice that in the hole it reveals there seems to be 2 or 3 tombs.
Oh wow.
Oh.
And immediately there's a sense of arcana coming from the tombs.
Excuse me, I apologise for intruding on your grief. What is the arcana coming from the tombs?
It'll be burial wards and artifacts of our religion.
I see.
And at this point, can everyone do me a... let's say linguistics. Okay, at this point... 13 hears nothing. Everyone else, however...
13's too busy trying to get topside because she wants to go have a proper look at this big demon.
Everyone else, apart from 13, hears a very muffled... it's like someone yelling from within a box.
Oh no.
The tombs.
Yep.
Does anything in your religion have anything about people returning to life?
No, we go to the sea, Mother. We are set adrift in a small boat, and he seems to drift off into sadness.
I look at Layla and I'm like, come on, let's go.
I'm gonna rush to the tombs because, like, for Layla, it sounds like somebody's been put in a tomb and she's a bit panicky and whatever, so...
Okay.
I'm gonna stand behind her and stab anything if it's, like, kind of dangerous.
Yeah, so I'm gonna open up the tomb where the muffled voice is coming from.
Sort of shuffle your way down, and as you shuffle your way down, you hear...
Is it Gazrun?
No, it's not Gazrun.
I'm going to open it.
Gazrun just looks at you like, I'm not that bad.
Oh my gosh.
So, are you opening the casket that you hear the muffled sound from?
Yes, I'm going to open it. The one with the muffled sound is coming.
You open the casket with the muffled sound, and as you open the casket, you hear, "Your mother would not approve. She loved me like the son she wished you were. Oh, hello there. Have you interested in a magic sword?" And as you look down, there's this glowing, like, light sword effectively lying in front of you.
I'm going to pick it up.
Yes.
Oh no.
Wield me, yes. I will make you a powerful warrior, yes.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Ishidoro just looks on in horror.
I don't know, it's talking?
Check?
Is this normal? Do swords talk?
No,
I hear Layla and rush forward, and I will cast an Arcana check on the talking sword.
Hello there.
What's it?
I am indeed a magic sword.
Can I do it?
But I am here to make your lives much, much better.
Is it just talking to Layla or
It's
us?
talking to all of you, and it's talking very loudly, even though it's talking in a husky voice.
Is it
How
exactly are you
going to make our lives better?
It's not psionic,
is it,
it's very vocal.
What is its Arcana?
It basically is a enchanted sword, like basically just emitting very strong light. It's kind of like a light source.
Does the Arcana feel as though it would be good against demons?
Demons, you say? I am good against demons. I will make all of you a master swordsman.
Well, what we really need is something to deal with a primordial demon.
Yes.
Do you think you're up to that?
Of course. I will take it on single-handed, of course.
Well, technically somebody needs to wield you. So you're not using any hands.
I think he means your single hand.
Okay. Alright.
I tell the sword to please be quiet for like 1 minute.
But you have no idea how long I have been in that box. I need to get out.
Just one more minute.
Spread my wings.
Just 1 more minute, and I promise we'll do something about it. We just need to discuss a battle plan.
Battle plan? Well, I'm an experienced swordsman. I will definitely bring up.
You mean you're an experienced sword, right?
I ask Stool if he would be okay going down from the sling just now, and then I'm going to cover up the sword to try and muffle it.
Why don't you just let me sheath it?
Go for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it will help with the volume, but...
You sheath the sword. The sword goes, yes, put me on your belt. I will accompany you as a singing minstrel.
Well, I don't mind. I'm totally fine with that.
Ishidoro is rubbing like the tip of his snout, just like having a migraine. Just like,
oh my god. I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure a glowing sword is a good sign.
This should be very useful. I just don't want to have to listen to it.
I think we'll have to tune it out.
You all want to listen to me. Don't I have such a lovely, sexy voice?
Do you have a name, sword?
Oh, I don't want to trouble you with my name. I'd rather you named me something after a local hero.
Okay.
A local hero?
So tell us about the time you fought demons.
There are many times I have fought demons, hundreds of demons.
Can you
slayed
fight
them
something
all with my
huge?
blade. I cut them all open.
Okay, that's promising. Is there a way to, like, see if it's lying to us?
How exactly
Roll
are you going to
insight
check
on the sword.
Yeah,
Like, it's bragging to high heaven, so, like...
the only way is to test it.
Yes, but, Layla, you'll be holding the sword, and
That's
I don't
fine.
want to see your head twisted,
I'm a skilled ex-soldier. I can wield a sword.
I
Even
have
if it
no
sings
doubt.
at me.
I have no doubt that you are fantastic with a sword. But did you see the size of that fucking demon?
It's huge. I asked the sword, like, can it detect demons? Can you detect demons?
I can detect anything. I can detect that less things in the room are as beautiful as me.
Okay, tell us if you detect a demon nearby. Can you detect a demon nearby?
Of course I can. There are always demons nearby.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And this is like a shot in the dark. Maybe we should put it back.
No, you need me.
You wanna go?
No.
I can help you. You need me. I can light
the
your
sword
way
have,
and also give you a much more style punch with all your friends. The sword doesn't have any gems on it, no, but it seems to be a very well carved blade.
Yeah. I'm going to keep the sword anyway because I'm a nice person and I can't just abandon it. It said it was alone and locked in a box for a very long time.
Don't leave me in the box. Keep me with you. I am much more used to you than I am in that horrible box.
I leave the crypt and I start talking to the old photo again. Can I roll awareness to see if the creature is coming towards us or not?
What, the sort of demon you mean?
Well, I was
Yes.
going to say, see while everybody was talking to the sword, 13 was going to go wander off back up the slope and have a peek out and see what the demon thing was up to. Like, is it stomping round in a particular circle? You know,
it seems
it's just
when
stomping
you
in a
go upstairs and
direction.
look around, it seems to have basically have gone the way you're going, and it seems to be sort of standing around. 13 sort of follows it a bit, has a look, and it seems to be standing, blocking the only road to Gravenhollow from where you are.
So far, all the demons have looked somewhat different. What does this one actually look like?
This one is, although it has two sort of general arms, it has about 5-6 thrashing tentacles on each side. It has two heads that look quite monkey-like, and they seem to sort of twitch. That sort of like, you know, that sort of like snap twitch a lot of things get. It seems to continually do that, and it seems to gibber to itself like some sort of mad beast.
Is it just gibbering nonsense?
Yes.
Okay. Has 13 ever seen or heard of or read of a creature like this?
Nothing
Do you want me
like
to lore
this,
or something? Okay.
It seems to sort of like, as you're sort of watching it, it picks up a sort of broken drow body that's lying at the lakeside and just rips and seems to sort of like, and all the limbs pop off in a different tentacle.
Wow. Yo.
Okay. And thirdly, so far, all the other demons have been like hovering around something, which was the gem. See its movements, does it sort of suggest any sort of thing it might be guarding apart from the road out of town?
No, it doesn't seem to be guarding it. It seems to be sort of distracted by something in the lake, but it seems to mostly just be... It's kind of like it's mad. It's like it twitches and it just seems to like randomly turn one direction, stomp over that direction, then randomly turn a different direction, stomp around. It's got no real pattern.
Okay. Well, 13 is going to sit and watch this and have the equivalent of a goblin cigarette. I don't know what 13 will be smoking, but she'll be sitting just in the rubble, watching this big thing all curious like.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we return to the rest of you.
Are we going to bring the old man up to see the monster?
You can if you want, yes.
Not right now. I think we should like get more information out if he's calmed down.
Okay.
Can you find where the sound on that sword is coming from and put a hand over it?
I will not be silenced by the type of you. I belong to the pretty lady now.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
asking the pretty lady, sharp boy.
I
I'm
think you
going
should back
to...
off, sir, before I wave myself in your face.
Oh, before I wave myself in your face. Oh my gosh. I'm assuming the sword is male?
I am whatever you want me to be.
Okay. Well, so, Mr. Sword, would you mind keeping it a little quiet? Mainly because we may be in dire straits if you make too much noise and attract the attention of the demons.
But if the demon comes, I can prove my worth to you by killing it and slaying it outright. I will challenge it with all the volume of my power.
Oh, no, that's fine. I think we can challenge it together at a later stage. For the moment, we need to gather a little bit more intel first.
This is a different approach to what I am used to.
I start talking to the old man and see if he's like kind of gathered himself after having some food.
The old man seems to be still quite shell-shocked, but he's got back to his feet after eating and he seems a little bit more conscious.
I say, again, I'm sorry for your loss, but do you have anything that will help? We've been around and we keep finding these demons everywhere. Can you tell us anything about them? Any stories?
I know very little about these demons. I used to always teach my daughter them as fairy stories and try to use them as, you know, their defeat to teach her a lesson. But look where that got me.
Can you remember any of these stories and how to defeat them?
No.
Specifically,
I'm an old man. I don't remember anything.
Your daughter, you said she was trying to worship some other new god.
Yeah, she was
Did it have to do
following
with
all the rest of them, following this deep father. Someone read something in a journal somewhere about it. Something about summoning a beast using drum beats, but it was all poppycock. It didn't make any sense.
drumbeat? And
Unfortunately, we heard those drumbeats.
Hmm.
We were nearby when it started, but we could hear the drums, and then we could feel the ground begin to shake. I fear that they pushed you into a cupboard, both so you could not stop them, but also to keep you safe.
do I remember if the monster from the lake and the thing that we just saw looked the same?
Yes.
Okay. So, I tell the old man to get on top of the cart-pulling ox-type creature.
Yep.
So that, and I kind of make sure he has more food and more water, and I say, it's best if we left him alone to process this. I think from our experience of fighting these demons, they have the stone that binds them to the material plane, and once they manifest, the stone is at their core of being. If you remember how the mushroom man died,
Yes,
he got,
yes, it
he
is
got
inside body.
So, as loath as I am to say this, I think, and I look at the sword, and I kind of like make eyes at Layla, and I'm like, I think you might have to let your friend have a go at it. Unfortunately, you'll be attached to friend, and I don't like that.
Okay, but I am ready and prepared to do this because we need to rid this town, even though there's only one person left in it, of this demon. So I'm completely willing to do that.
Before you do that, we also need to worry about the stone that's dropped, because we already have one, and I don't think there's enough space in the basket for more. So we don't know how to contain them.
Why can't we put them together?
I don't know what would happen if we did. Do they get stronger? Do they get merged? It's not scientifically proven yet. I don't know what happens.
Okay.
I look at the old man.
Can I roll demonology or something? Would that help?
You could try. You sort of look at would it fit in the basket, and as you sort of poke the other gem, you immediately get a sense of just if any other strong power source came near this, it might not be the best for anyone.
Okay. Which means we need to destroy them as well. But the altars were destroyed, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we really need to put it on an altar?
I'm gonna ask, have you tried touching the stone to this gem? The sword.
The sword? Yeah, maybe I can smash the gem with the sword.
Well, not smash, but try and push it against it, see what happens.
I'll do that.
Yes,
I'm going
use
to
me.
draw the sword.
Let me hit things. Where is the demon?
Oh my gosh. Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna draw the sword, and I'm going to touch it to the gem inside the basket.
Okay. As you touch the gem with the sword, there's a sort of dramatic spark, and you are shot backwards.
Oh jeez.
Oh.
Oh wow. Okay.
And you drop the sword, and the sword goes,
that?
No, I was not ready. Pick me up again. I will do better this time.
What just happened? I'm asking the sword.
This does not happen. It was nothing. I will do better this time.
I go back downstairs and check the other two. I check the other two tombs for if they have any arcane energy emanating from them.
You open them up, they both seem to have a couple of small Kotoa artifacts. They don't seem to be that much, they seem to be just sort of very decorative, but nothing magical.
Nothing magical. I don't disturb them, I put the tombs back up, put the lids on them. And I'm like, okay, so where's 13? And I kind of scamper up to poke my head out. And
13's having a cigarette.
You'll be fine.
Okay, are you going up to where 13 is?
I am trying to find her, yes, because she's been missing for a while now.
Okay. Are you all going to find 13 or just Ishi?
Well, I will follow. I'm going to pick up the sword. So I'm assuming the plan is still to attack the demon with the sword, irrespective of the fact that it seems to have an aversion to these gems.
I think the gem might be, because it is the demon concentrated, it's just too strong for a sword by itself.
Before I leave, I will tell Gazrim to kind of follow us with the old guy and I'm going to call it a cow.
Okay. So Gazrim go,
come on, you stubborn bastard.
No, be nice to it.
Kicks the cow, and the cow just goes, and just begins to slowly trot after you.
Play nicely. Both of you could be turned into food.
I sneak up to 13 and I ask her what's happening.
He's just generally stomping around, really.
Anything else?
He ripped a Drow apart. That was pretty cool. Just bits on all his tentacles. But he's I don't know if he's lost or if he's angry. Like, have you ever seen, when you've got the abominations in the basement and it's just woken up, and your boss is going, "It's alive!" haha, and then he runs off because he's super excited and needs to go write it down or whatever. And then the abomination thing's like, "Brr, who am I? Where am I from?" Brr. And then it just stomps around and smashes stuff for a bit. And then goes down to the village, and then there's a mob. He's kind of acting like that.
Did we bring the old man with us?
Yes.
Yes, he is following us. We need to find somewhere that maybe the giants might know somewhere for him.
Does this old man recognize the tentacled beast?
When he sees the tentacle beast, his eyes grow wide, and he begins to sort of notably gibber, and he's just like, "It's real."
What's real? What is it?
I'm going to fall back and be beside the Kratoa.
At this point, you hear a,
"Aha, this is my time to shine! Demon!"
Oh my god.
The sword starts louder than you've ever heard anything. This is echoing round the entire hall. The entire cavern you're in now, the entire lake is shaking with this scream of demon. The demon itself stops and turns towards you.
"Ha ha! This is my time to shine! I challenge you!"
Okay,
No, I'm picking up 13 and getting to a cover.
Oh,
13's waving at the demon if he's looking over in their direction. She's waving!
The demon, turns to face you, roars to the point that all of you feel your legs tremble.
Oh my gosh.
At this point, can everyone do me a awareness check, please?
Awareness is my best thing, and look at me, I'm gonna roll low, I have a feeling. No, okay, 30-20.
Okay. At this point, you
13 rolled 13. Sorry, I just noticed.
At this point, you notice a very familiar green cube begin to rise behind the demon.
Stool? Is that Eric?
Stool turns, she says, "Friend Eric's going to kill him!" And Eric, again, loop, tries to absorb the demon. The demon roars, still as loud as it was, and with one swift swing of the tentacles, slices Eric cleanly in two.
Oh dear.
I think this one might be too powerful for us just now.
Okay.
At this point, Gazrim frantically goes,
Through the Drow camp! Through the Drow camp! We can get out through the Drow camp! It's killed them all! Let's go that way!
Sure, let's go. I'm just going to follow. I'm saying, Layla, maybe not fight
how
it.
far away is it?
It's literally
It's
running along the
cavern.
beach and into where the Drow camp was, where all the broken Drow bodies are.
Okay.
You remember that place?
The reason I'm asking how far away is the demon from where I am, because I want to know whether or not I can throw the sword at it and actually kill it
demon is
by throwing the sword.
The demon is about 50 meters away.
That's a bit far for a throw. It needs to be a lot closer to have any chance of actually wounding him at all.
Literally slicing Eric into smaller pieces.
Oh my god.
What's happening to the smaller pieces? Are they just plopping to the floor?
They are just plopping to the floor. It's as if it's not sure how to react and it's not anything that can do this before.
How is Stool reacting to this?
Stool has a look of abject terror on his face, he's just it's like he's hearing someone screaming in his head.
Okay.
Stool, I need you to listen to me. Come on, listen to me.
Eric's not doing well.
He's not. But we won't be able to help him unless we get away just now, okay? Remember his father? Remember his father managed to gel himself back together?
He nods quite slowly.
Eric might be able to play dead and then come back together when that thing isn't looking.
Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm really sorry. Layla's gonna do something crazy because she feels bad for Stool. I mean, such a cute little mushroom thing. Fuck. Okay, so I'm gonna take the sword out and I'm going to rush directly at the thing and swing the sword.
Okay, roll.
What am I rolling? Strength?
Just do a natural roll first, so I'll see what happens.
Natural. Okay.
13 is watching all of this with very polite interest.
Oh, fuck.
Charge towards it with a sword up. One of the tentacles swings back, knocks you clean in the stomach, and you hurl back and knock through everyone like bowling pins.
Oh, ow. Sorry.
Does she still have the sword?
She does still have the sword, yes.
Oh.
Okay, I run towards Layla and I ask 13 to like catch up, and I pick her up and I'm like, we gotta go.
The sword is going.
No, you need to have a better stance when you go to swing at a demon. I will show you. Here, stand up and follow me.
Okay.
As you stand
No,
up
what are you
and
gonna
try
do?
and do a different stance, the demon looks like it's nearly finished slicing up Eric. Gazrum is frantically trying to gesture you to follow him into the Drow camp.
Gazron, go. Just go now.
Okay.
And the elderly Kratora is still on the cow's back, yes?
Yep.
Okay.
Does this demon have eyes?
It has 2 heads.
Can I cast light onto its eyes?
I don't think you can cast onto organic.
Okay, can I cast it on a stone and throw it at its eyes?
Sure.
Did you want me to roll this spell?
Oh my god.
Okay, so it's just a d20 because I am not like specialized with this.
Roll and see how you get on by throwing a lit stone towards the demon. It bats the
not
stone out of the air.
Okay.
Does it hit it straight back at you like a baseball? No, it doesn't. It shoots it wide and you hear it hit the ground with a very deep thud next to you.
I just hold Layla's shoulder and I'm like, I know what you're trying to do, but maybe not the best time.
Okay.
I feel that Triss is probably very stressed and very panicked.
Are we gonna make a run?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I also think that because she has the sorcerer power, she's probably going to lose control of it. Would it be possible to try and direct it towards the demon?
You can try. Well, what does it do?
She doesn't know any spells. That's the thing. She just has this magic inside.
Alright. Roll and see what happens.
So, just a straight d20.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, natural 20.
You basically seem to shoot some sort of... It's kind of like a sort of seismic bolt, like sort of rumble through the earth towards the demon. It just seems to create a crack that chunks of Eric are falling through.
Oh. Okay. I pick up the were rat and run.
Oh my gosh.
Stool's still on you, right? Like in
Yes.
the sling.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this
Good.
point, the sword...
No,
pick
no,
up
I can
13.
kill him, Julie. No, where are you going? Demon, I will get you next time.
Yeah.
Okay. We run for it.
Yep.
Yeah, we're running. I picked up 13 and yeah.
You run into the Drow camp, passing several broken bodies of Drow.
Fleeing for our lives.
Yep.
Cold silence returns. The waters lay still, for this week at least. Join us again next week for more of our tale. This podcast is an adaptation of Out of the Abyss, a 5th edition D&D adventure. It was adapted from the original story by Nikolai Popsky. The podcast features Nikolai, Dragon, Shiraz, Freya, Susie Q, Tauno, and Wednesday LeFay. All music was written and performed by Daniel Boström. Artwork was by John Moore. And if you, dear listener, wish to acquire your own sets of finest metal or acrylic adventuring dice, then journey through the Underdark to dndice.co.uk and speak the name Penance RPG at the checkout for a 5% discount off your order. Farewell and Godspeed, for we fear the madness is closing in. Good night out there, whatever you are. Ha!
I kind of feel bad for poor Eric, but I feel worse for Stool.
No, I feel bad for Stool. I didn't really trust Eric in any case.
But I feel really bad for the Kratoa as well.
I would like to point out that Ishi and Layla are now both slightly damp because they've been carrying 13, who's been wearing damp robes. So,
Good to know.
Yummy,
Good to know.
thanks.
She just makes everybody's day better, doesn't she?
I love the sword. It reminds me of Monotoya from like the Princess Diary.
It's Mr. Steppy.
Yeah.
We have to name it. I think that's what we're missing. But yeah, that's it.
I'm surprised we haven't named the cow yet.
And first, we only really decided that it was a cow this week, so.
Oh, you told it was like an ox type.
It was like an ox type beast, yes.
I mean, it's okay. I think if we name it, it hurts more when it's turned into beef chuck, which is a possibility.
Well, I wasn't really intending to eat it, but
No, I meant the demon.
just stopped itching quite so much.
No, I would not eat it. Now I have bonded with it. Like I'm like, it is. Now I'm just like kind of considering on making it a mount.
I'm seriously considering putting the fear of Drow into Gazron and the cow, so they quit bickering at each other.
I like how Gazron has just been a star this entire episode, no?
I am the sexiest sword in the whole universe.
I am the sexiest soul in the whole universe.
Yeah, like that.
Why, thank
like
you.
that.
I imagine the hilt being like a twirly mustache.
Oh my gosh.
Are you brushing?
No, it sounds to me like someone's like stirring
sweeping away
pistachio
leaves.
nutshells.
Or is
Well, I
it
thi-
bracelets or something?
How does that even work? Guys, I'm rubbing my eye. It's my eyelashes making that sound. Those are my eyelashes against my finger.
Wow.
What
No,
the
just
bloody
long
hell?
eyelashes.
How
I imagine you
loud
having-
is this? Oh, jeez, how sensitive is this mic? That's insane.
You have like big elven eyelashes, like really.
I wish. I wish. That's why I'm really surprised. I'm like, what the bloody hell? That's insane. Because I can hear it because it's like my eyes are right on there in my head. So I can hear it. But I didn't think you guys could hear it. Like, wow. That is so mad. Okay. I need to make this thing less whatever then.
So, while Wednesday plays around with her microphone,